What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we are back with another G.I. Joe installment. All the way from 1993/1994. We bring you our G.I. Joe commemorative collection action pilot. This is one of my favorites from this collection, from this line. Super cool. So let's give you a blown out shot here. You had the coffin box right here. This was made on the line of the vintage 1964 action pilot with a little twist. This is more of a Hall of Fame body with more of a vintage flavored head sculpt. It's got that vintage feel to it. Really cool. So let's see if we can bring this guy in a little closer for you. These big, beautiful window boxes. There's his helmet. And me being a M.I.B. collector, we love these boxes. I mean, because they show everything, and everything is so beautifully placed inside the box. Here's our figure. You can see he's locked in there. That iconic scar. Guys, if you're just joining us, please like and subscribe. This is what we do, hanging out today in my museum. 1,000 apologies for my voice, guys. I've been fighting this flu for the last couple of days. Believe it or not, it sounds worse than it feels. It's really not that bad. This is actually one of the better days. So I said, let me just hang out in my museum and do some videos. Here's our air vest. As you can see, it's still in the bag here. These sets were sold at the 1994 G.I. Joe convention, and they were a huge smash hit. Here's his parachute backpack. There's his hat. Flare gun. Carbine rifle. Sweet. There's his knife. The sheath for the knife. Clipboard with paper. Guys, this is a real pencil. All you need to do is sharpen it. I'm pretty certain. So yes, these sets sold like hotcakes. They are very popular, very sought after. They are still sought after. Another thing, if you're trying to keep these guys mint in box, it's very difficult. A lot of these sets didn't survive for that fact, because they're just so big. The window box is so beautiful. It's a real chore and a headache to keep these guys from getting dinged up and really damaged. As you can see, I bought this from a collector who actually purchased this from the convention. So this is a convention figure right here. They sold retail, but this particular collector got his from the 1994 G.I. Joe collection, collectors convention. So I made this purchase back in 1996, and these figures, I mean, believe it or not, you can find you know what I always say, guys? You can find anything on the internet, eBay, Amazon, these other toy websites. Cotswold Collectibles, I would always start with them first. eBay would be the next best bet. Cotswold Collectibles, I know you're going to get a great figure. They just simply won't put anything out that's lower than C7, C8. And then they'll tell you, they'll give you every detail about the figure, description-wise, as far as any type of flaws or anything to it. So that's why I always go to those guys first. But you can find this guy. I wouldn't go any higher than maybe between $60 and $80 for this figure. It once again, though, it depends on how badly you want this figure. What are you looking for? I mean, if you just want the figure and its contents inside, then hey, I'm sure you can beat that price. You can get it for very cheaply. But if you're looking for this figure the way we have it here, practically C10 museum condition in our museum, then you're going to pay a little bit more, or expect to pay a little bit more. Let's turn this guy around. There's the side. Really cool. Here's the back. Get your blown out shot there, the back there. Awesome, guys. Let's see if we can find you a year here. Here it is, 1993. Here's your 3 3/4 inch figures. Excuse me. Yeah. The astronaut with the space capsule is very difficult to obtain, very hard to find, especially in great condition. He goes for a lot. They all go for a lot, but he really goes for a lot. And here's our big 12-inch, guys. We did a review on the Action Soldier. I don't know if we did one on the Action Sailor. We've gotten to the point where we have so many videos out there, but we have an interesting point we would like to bring out on the Action Sailor. I think we spoke about this before. As beautiful as this Frogman scuba suit is, none of these suits survived, not even ours. They all succumbed to extreme deterioration, and just because of the material that they were used, that was used to create them, some type of a rubbery type, synthetic type material, but it deteriorates so fast over time. But as beautiful as his suit looks, you know. And ours is mint in box, and it just doesn't make a difference. So over the years, over the decades, Hasbro, they really corrected that and used more of a synthetic rubber-based type, where it's not really rubber. It looks like rubber, but it's not. So they fixed that. I wish they would have did it with this one. Here's our Action Marine. And here's our Action Pilot in all of his glory, all geared up. Look at this. Thanks to the Desimone family, Dick Whittick of Cotswold Collectibles. See? Cotswold Collectibles. So, Cotswold Collectibles. See, you learn something new every day. I never bothered to read the fine print. But if they had something, if Cotswold Collectibles had something to do with this figure, which obviously they did, that just raises the value of this figure even more. And that makes me even more proud to have this figure, because I have such a great relationship with those guys at Cotswold Collectibles. So that's super cool to know that. See, you got some inside information. There's some background on the old G.I. Joes, original G.I. Joe molds. If you want to pause your video and check that out and read that. Here's his file card. I'll turn this guy back around very, very gently. Oh boy. Oh, it's a lot of work. Guys, we'd like to thank you for hanging out with us today in our museum. Listening to me and my crazy voice. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.